Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this NannuoLive on November 7th. It's a Sunday, and I am with Nadir. Hi, Nadir. How are you doing today, Nadir?
Hello, Gabriele. I'm doing well, thank you. How about you?
Not too bad. And let's greet the audience, of course, and ask you guys if you can hear well our audio or if there is any problem. We had a lot of troubles this morning to set everything up. So please give us the feedback. I see that we have online Gabriele from Munich, Dan from Toronto. We have Extra Slava from Bulgaria. So uh, all over the world. And Nadir actually from Bethlehem, Palestine.
Hello, everyone. Yeah, this is exciting. It's my first time being live. I've never imagined myself being online and on live stream. So here I am.
First
Let's get
live
started.
streaming ever. Yeah, it's not the first one for me. Actually, it is the 20th live stream that we are doing for Nannuoshan. But nonetheless, there is always, a little bit of tension because if you don't know if the technique works 100%, and this time making it work also, from Palestine, and so it wasn't all super easy. But what is all this live streaming about? Of course, we will drink some tea and yeah, we should start soon with that. But then actually the idea was to share with you a story, to share with you Nadir's and I's stories. So we actually came to know each other not long time ago, and in the meantime Nadir is part of the Nannuoshan family. And so I thought it's a nice story. And Nadir, how long have you been speaking about doing this live streaming?
Well, we've been speaking about this live streaming for maybe 2 months now. Yeah, but it's like I knew you since May this year, actually, and everything went fast. So I've never imagined myself like being here or being a part of a team. Yeah,
But here you
so
are.
I'm here I am. So yeah, in May the country was getting a little bit of attention. War was going to happen, and I needed to stock up on some tea. So
And then how we started, right? Yeah, you sent. I actually, I think I can show to everyone. I have your email here, and Nadir basically sent
nice.
me an email, and one of the first email that he sent was this one. And you see here they're highlighted in yellow. I would like to get some tea before the war escalates. You might remember that some months ago there was really some tension going on over there, and I don't think you have a lot of good tea resources in Palestine, don't you?
Actually, there are none. There are no tea resources in Palestine. All we have is the supermarket tea, and
Uh-huh.
usually everything is consists of tea bags, and nobody here has the knowledge of loose leaf tea or have actually experienced loose leaf tea. So it's a very rare, field to be going into to discover. And I think like I'm the only one drinking tea. And if there's anybody else drinking tea and would like to share tea with me, they're always welcome to contact me.
I tell you, when you told me I need tea to Palestine and here there is a war starting, can you ship over tea? I wasn't sure at all that our parcel would made it over to Palestine. I think we had sent tea to Israel before, but Palestine is the different story, especially when there is a war going on. But nonetheless, I mean, we took on the challenge, we sent over some tea, and the tea arrived. Luckily enough, that war didn't escalate, so everyone is happy. When we were kind of able to keep it under control. But yeah, the good thing is that yeah, we met each other basically, and that's how it started. But Nadir, I'm getting thirsty. So what would you like to drink today?
I was thinking maybe we can start off the day with some heicha,
Hey, Cha. Okay.
if you're into that.
Yeah, but would be my first day, my first day of the day. It's fine. It's 8:30 in the morning here, and but that's fine for me. Well, did you already drink some tea today? Is your first tea?
Well, actually, I here it's around 4:30 in the afternoon.
Okay.
So I had my ritual tea in the morning, which is matcha. I like always to wake up and celebrate my day with some matcha to start my day.
Ah, okay.
And yeah,
Which
let's.
Heicha shall we drink?
I have the Fujuan
Fujuan.
Jinhao from 2016 from
Okay.
Nannuoshan.
So let me. I have it again. So let me grab it.
All right. I'll start by warming up my teaware.
And if you guys have Heicha at home, just go and grab it so that you can drink Heicha along with me. And otherwise, any tea is good, right? So yes, and we will have also some tea games today. We have prepared together with Nadir. We have selected a few teas that we will show you. And for those that guess what the tea is about, you will win a $10 voucher or a €10 voucher. Oh, it's really, I don't know how did they fit this in here. Okay.
Oh, you seem to have a brick. Maybe you need to break it down a little bit. So my teapot is 150 milliliters, and I'm using around 5 to 6 grams.
And people have to know that Nadir is the teapot lover. So there is no way you can get Nadir using a guy one.
Yeah, this is one of my traits. I mean, I'm very comfortable with the teapot. I mean, each person has his own different method, but yeah, this is the
Exactly.
method that I identify with.
Good. I mean, turn on a little bit the water here. Okay. What are you guys from home drinking? Oh, we have also Agatha. Hello, Agatha.
Hello.
Agatha from Poland. So for those that haven't heard, we are drinking this one here. It is a Fujuan, Jinhua golden flower. And let's see if we can show some of the golden flower that there are on it.
I have a smaller piece if it's easier for you.
Yeah, maybe you can see. I don't know actually about the quality of the camera, but
Go a
there
little bit lower, yes.
there is
Perfect. Yeah, it has a very yellow tone, and even when I was trying to smell the wet leaves, it smelled a little bit woody,
So,
which is nice.
Nadir, I think your brother Amir is writing only Arabic tea we drink here in Palestine. So, what is meant by Arabic tea?
So basically, we were invaded by the Turkish Empire
Mm-hmm.
prior to 1948, and part of the tradition we have Turkish tea, which is usually Earl Grey in tea bags with mint and lots of sugar. I
Okay.
think this is like it's a part of the Bedouin tradition where we would have 3 or 4 spoons of sugar, sometimes even more.
But that sounds like a mix between Turkish tea and Moroccan tea with
Well,
mint.
I think yes, but Moroccan tea they use Chinese gunpowder,
Yeah.
while here we use the Earl Grey, from whichever company is
Okay.
available.
Okay.
So no matter how hard I try to convince him to try other teas, like sometimes I have these really amazing teas, but he thinks that his tea is the best tea, and people here like really they're used to that and they're not willing to change.
Well, I tell you,
So
it's
I think
also not so easy to find tea friends in Alabama. In fact, I found none. I wasn't able to drink tea with anyone here. But and that's why actually we will have also the topic about tea friends and how to find tea friends later in the video, because I know that many of you are in a similar situation where you live in places where there are so many Gonfucha lover. I mean, if you are, for example, into wine, you can find pretty much everywhere people that are into wine. But people that are into yeah, into tea, the way we drink tea is not that straightforward. So we will have some suggestion for you today.
Yeah.
And yeah, so here we are. So Nadir, you contacted us, but I mean, I'm sure you order also from other shop. Why just before the war you came to Nannuoshan?
Yeah, so basically, I started Gung Cha maybe 3 years ago. Like, I always enjoyed tea, but I never went down the rabbit hole, so to say. So I started just experimenting with teas, experimenting with different vendors. And when it came to Nanushan, I was looking for a place online that had a large variety of tea leaves and could ship and accommodate my needs. And
Mm-hmm.
usually, like, I like to contact tea vendors before trying out the teas, or just get their suggestions. What do they have in stock? And I found out like Nanushan had a really great variety other than the tea shops. Shipping prices internationally was very convenient for me.
Mm-hmm.
And plus the conversations that we had, like you seem to be a very open person, like, and you shared your knowledge with me towards finding the best teas and which teas to select. So yeah, that's
Mm-hmm.
why I went with my decision to go with Nanushan. And to
Nice.
be honest, I haven't regretted it.
That's good. In fact, now you're part of the team. You can go back. And well, we will tell you guys more later about how actually, because that tea eventually made it really to Palestine. It took quite a few weeks, but it was there. Oh, we have Samuel from New Zealand. Thank you, Samuel, for joining. I think with that we are covering quite a few continents today. I had once a New Zealander oolong actually. It wasn't too bad. I mean, not what you would expect, from a Taiwan oolong, but I was surprised, positively surprised. I didn't know that in New Zealand they do oolong actually.
Yeah, and what I wanted to mention about shipping is that here to get things online is a little bit complicated. We
Mm-hmm.
do have a Palestinian postal service, but it takes forever to arrive.
Oh.
So usually, for political reasons, I ship all my things to Israel, and then from Israel they come to Bethlehem. This is like the offices coordinating packages to come to here,
Mm-hmm.
but it's always a hassle to get things shipped.
Oh, I can imagine. Oh, we have also Forgotten Brew that joined from Cologne. Hello, Forgotten Brew. Hmm. Claire in Outlander was drinking oolong, I think. So, and Nadir, I was curious actually, because I don't think this is a topic we've ever discussed, but how shall we imagine life in Palestine? What I'm saying is that, I mean, we know you have a wall all around, and you have been also in Europe, you have been in the US. What would you say is the largest difference, between living in Palestine within the wall and being anywhere else, in the world? How do you see that?
This topic is highly controversial, and to be honest, you cannot compare Europe to the US to Palestine because the situation here is really different. So basically, Bethlehem is a small town that is surrounded by the wall, and the length of the wall is around 730 kilometers.
Okay.
So basically, only 10% of it is concrete. The rest of the 90% is only fences.
Oh, I
But the
see.
problem with the problem with the fences is that they take up to 40 to 60% of the land. So basically, they have the fences really wider.
Mm.
And yeah, to be living here is like living in an open cage. It's it's very hard to try to explain to people, what are the political situation, what are my my limited abilities to go to travel abroad, what I need to do to travel abroad. So usually, like, the easiest, most convenient way to tell people to come over and visit, so they
Really?
see.
And I will do. I will do. I certainly. I hope next year I'll come over and visit, think it's a great opportunity, yeah. And by the way, Nadir, you don't see the chat probably, but we have also, so just to let you know, we have also friends from Omar. Omar. We have Omar and Tala that joined from Jordan.
Hello,
And
hello. These are my cousins.
by the way, I don't know, Nadir, if you're aware of this, but one member of the Nannuoshan tea family, which is very large, you know, the Nannuoshan tea family is large and is growing,
Hmm.
is from Jordan. Did you know that?
Oh, really? No, I didn't know that. And
Noor
actually,
is
I was in
our
Jordan.
internet designer. She's based
Hmm.
in Berlin, but she's originally from Jordan.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I was trying to get Omar and Tala into tea. So hopefully now by joining, they get a broader expanse and hopefully order from Nannuoshan.
Yeah, and I see that actually Forgotten Brew discovered, because I think I mentioned that before, that today is my birthday.
Mhm.
So yeah, she's saying happy birthday.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Vielen Dank. That's right. Today I'm getting 1 year older.
Happy birthday to you. Many more to
Thank you,
come.
thank you. Well, yeah.
Many more teas to come to
Getting
your
older.
health.
I was thinking today when I got up, the first thing I thought, at when I was my age, when my father was my age, he stopped being a football. He was a football referee, and he stopped being a
Mhm.
football referee because he was kind of getting older, and you know he had to run a lot, and he decided to stop. So I thought, I hope that's not the starting point for me to stopping running and feeling I cannot do sport anymore. So that was my first thought of the day, getting older. Yeah.
Are you doing anything special today?
This streaming, I
Hmm.
would say I'm doing this
Good
streaming.
answer.
It's kind of special. The day outside, I'm just looking out of the window, is really wonderful. Like super clear sky. So I think I will go out for a walk later. But as a matter of fact, Nadir, I don't have a car anymore, and just few days ago I sold my bike, which means that
Mhm.
I am in Alabama without any mean of transportation beside my own legs and feet. So for the next few weeks, I will be living here just like that, walking around.
Yeah, it will be a little bit of a struggle. But then if you think the ancient times, what did they used to do before cars and before having all this
Yeah,
modern
yeah,
technology?
yeah, yeah. And you know, the US is not certainly the best country in the world for being without a car, but I think will work out. I don't have much time left. And thank you everyone for yeah, the birthday greeting. Very much appreciated. Nadir, should we start just straight on with the tea game?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. And so for those that just joined, first of all, we are drinking heicha. We have a Fujian Jinhua, Fujian Golden Flower here in the cup. And we were thinking doing some tea games. So what we did yesterday with Nadir, we fought at some teas that we can show to you, where maybe it's not too easy and not too difficult to guess, and we will show you those teas. So let's start with the first one. So look at these leaves. And the question is simply, which tea is this one? It is a green tea, so no surprise. Don't tell me, please, it's a green tea. Yes, it's green. But the question is, which is the name of the tea? And I will leave it a little bit longer on the screen and then I put on again later. But here the trick is, yeah, revealing the name. And if you are located in North America, you win a $10 voucher. If you are in Europe or elsewhere, you get a 10 euro voucher. So that was it.
So do we
And
have any guesses?
yeah, I don't know. I mean, someone is right, Longjing, and Forgotten Brew wrote Juyeching, and Forgotten Brew is right. Surprise, surprise. So that wasn't too difficult apparently, but it's interesting because also Nadir yesterday, when he looked at those leaves. He said it was a longing, but it's
Yeah.
not. So a longing has the leaves are more flat. Let me show you to you again. I have to switch forth and back here between different. But you see that those leaves are flat, yes, and it is a high fire green tea, but they are a different color of longing. Longing is usually more yellowish. It's not so flashy green, although it can depend. And longing is even more pressed. So I know it's tricky, but the peculiarity of this Juye is that when you put the leaves in a glass, and you can try that, the leaves just stay vertical and floats at different level in the water. And this is the way also they do marketing for the tea. When you see advertising in China, they have always this picture with the floating leaves. And if you put the longing leaves, they just sat on the bottom of the glass. So it was a tricky one because yeah, it looks like longing, and it is not our current Juye that we have online. This was one that we put on the shop like 4 years, 5 years ago. But yeah, let me see about here the chat. So we have Forgotten Brew. Don't forget, write us an email, and I'll send you the voucher.
Yeah, that was extremely fast.
It's good. It's good if it's fast. Someone
Yeah.
you didn't have a lot of choices. So for those that are familiar with Juye, we put this online this year after many years. So I'm pretty sure if I would have done this last year, it would have been much more difficult because Juye is not a tea that is very popular. So there might be a bit more difficult to find other shops that offer it, while Longjing is easy. Yeah. And Nadir, I was wondering, okay, you told me a little bit about the difficulties to traveling and so, but how shall I imagine, going out on the street in Palestine? Since you have the walls around, do you have accessibility to, common goods like clothes, for example, brands? If you have to buy a good water kettle or you have to buy a new laptop, is it like easy? You have that offer, so the goods go in or not?
Well, to be honest, it's a little bit of a tricky question because it depends on the items that you are buying. So,
Okay.
for example, if you are going to buy a car, basically the car gets taxed twice, once by the Israeli government and once by the Palestinian government. And when it comes to like other goods, let's say, like local, like international brands, we don't have any of that. We do have shopping malls, which is basically a building with many stores, but none of them have an actual brand. I mean, I'm not saying that it's positive or it's negative, but the choices are very limited.
Mm-hmm.
So if I want, for example, to buy a new kettle and I go into the store, I don't find like goods that have particular that would satisfy my needs, sort of say. So what I need to do is basically go online and try to order it online, and then try to get it in through like an international vendor.
Mm-hmm.
But yet it depends. Yani, for example, we don't have any cinemas. We have basically places or cafes that do project films, but it's like a small projector or on a screen or either on the wall. But we don't have like the latest theatrical releases of films, which I think is very interesting. Access to libraries is very limited. You do find like tiny shops that have books, but not all the books that you need.
Oh.
For example, you cannot, if you have a used book that you want to replace or renew, you don't have the ability to do that. So we're very limited when it comes to resources. And as you mentioned, like for example, traveling before, my passport is actually a Palestinian travel document, and this is what it says on it. So each and every place that I need to go to, I have to apply for a visa to go throughout to that
Pretty much
country.
everywhere, right?
Yes, and like the process of going through that is very hectic. And on the other hand, we don't have any airports. So in order for me to travel anywhere, I have to actually go through Amman, Jordan by
Okay.
bus.
So
And
Jordan is
then
kind
from
of
Jordan,
the easiest path or gateway to the world, if you want.
yes, definitely. But for
Okay.
example, when you're coming, you can come easily through Tel Aviv, Israel. That shouldn't be a problem at all. But for us, we're not allowed to use that airport for us. So we have to go to the Jordanian route.
Yeah, and I can imagine that sometime, you may dream of being elsewhere. And of course, you would meet your tradition. And I'm Italian and I haven't been living in Italy for 20 years. So there are parts of that culture that I miss, but I have the opportunity to go elsewhere. And maybe in the meantime, I feel myself more an inhabitant of the world rather than of Italy. But I can imagine that for you sometime, there is the wish of going out maybe for a few years, experience something else. And maybe this was the thought that you had when you then later on in our email exchange, you wrote that you read, I think, that we had an ad and we were searching for some help in the warehouse. And and then you say, oh, I wish I was in Berlin. And yeah, I remember that aspect a little bit. Um, and also I think we had some discussion. Yeah, we had some discussion about what we do in life. I think you asked me, I told you, I'm an engineer, I do this and that. And then I asked you, and you told me that you are a filmmaker. You remember that
Yeah,
when
well,
we had the discussion?
life is very surprising. Like you cannot imagine where it hits you. So we were just, I saw the ad, I think on the website you were asking for an employee in Berlin. And I
Yeah.
thought to myself, like, wow, I wish if I was in Berlin, I would apply for that job because I really like to be a part of a tea community or to at least go to a place where there's lots of teas and I can
Yeah.
try all the teas. Because in my position here, I only order the teas and just try it. So I don't have the luxury of trying the tea before buying it. And I have to be satisfied with these choices I make, whether I
Yeah.
like the tea or not. So there's nothing to be done about it. And then we were discussing a little bit about, our lives, and I explained
But
I'm a filmmaker and a
you remember,
photographer.
Nadir, that when you told me that you're a photographer and a filmmaker, I think we had this idea that when you received the tea, you would go out and take a picture of you drinking the tea next to the wall.
Ah,
And in fact, you did, and we posted that on Instagram. But you also sent me the link of your website, and
yes.
and not right now, but for those watching, I really suggest going out and checking it. There is a link. I put the link in the description of the video, and there is a film, a short film that you made, "The Land of Oranges," if I remember the title right.
Yeah, so basically, it's called In the Land of Oranges. And it's basically a self discovery film where I was looking into myself. Why am I in Bethlehem? I was just studying out my options. Why do I ended up here? Why am I here? So I ended up discovering the history of the family, where my grandmother came from. So my grandmother has passed away, but I always remember what she has already always told me about Jaffa. So her sisters are alive, which are my great aunts, and I ended up being having a conversation with them about what it was like, their life in Jaffa. So it resulted in me doing a short documentary around 15 minutes, and it took me 3 years to shoot the whole film to come up
And
with
it is
these
it is
15 minutes.
about 15 minutes long,
Mhm.
isn't it?
Yeah, I had 80 hours of footage just to trim
80
down to these
hours of
15.
footage. Wow. And out of
Yes.
80 hours of footage, Nadir made a 15 minutes short movie in black and white. Was a black and white movie that went to several festivals. I remember, I think it was in the Palestinian Tea Festival in 2017, but also in some more, right?
Yeah, it went internationally. So the last film festival that it went to was Nasra Film Festival, which is in Italy, in Sardinia. and then
Oh,
it went to France, to the US, to several places around the world.
but you didn't have
And
the
it's, you
possibility
know,
to travel
really,
to Sardinia, right? Or did
well,
you?
it was very difficult. And I managed to go to Sardinia,
Oh, okay.
but that was like at the last minute.
Okay.
So basically, they didn't want to give me the visa. They kept postponing my visa.
Uh-huh.
And then the final day, they said, okay, here is your visa, but you need to come and take it from us. And they've asked me to do a certain paper
Mm-hmm.
agreement where I keep my boarding pass and I bring it along back. So just to say, I went to that specific location and then I came back.
Wow. But you know what? You've been in Sardinia, and I am Italian, and I have not yet been in Sardinia, so it's not too bad. And Nadir, we have a few people greeting here. We have Joseph, we have Gabriel. Is it actually Gabriel? Is the same Gabriel that were in the video chat yesterday from Munich, or is someone else? I'm not sure. And we have Roberta Straquadanio. Yeah, so that sounds very
So
Italian.
these are my Italians friends at work.
Oh, okay, okay. And we have also Jenny that says must be hard for student not to have good access to book, but also sound difficult in general. We have Ziad from Cannes in south of France. And right now, Sigi just made his comeback. He's coming back. And I was thinking, I mean, Roberta Straquadanio is, I think it's kind of a difficult surname for everyone to read. Like, I mean, from an Italian, I had a little bit to concentrate for a short second, but I haven't been in Italy for 20 years, so I have a justification. But I can just imagine how people pronounce your name everywhere in the world. Like, even my name, Gabriele, here in the US, no one is able really to pronounce it. So when people ask me which is my name, I either say Gabriel or I say Gabe, just because it's easier. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
and
very difficult with names. For example, my name is Nadir, and there are no other Nadirs here in the country. There is Nadir, which means rare in Arabic, but Nadir is my father's name. So
so they
people
pronounce
always
it wrong,
confuse that.
probably.
Yes.
Okay. Sigi, we are drinking Heicha, so if you want to go for that with us, we have Fujuan. And so yeah, about this, Nadir, I know that that video is coded, so there is a password, but I put the link in the description, but I didn't put the password because I wasn't sure if actually we want to share that or not.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, for our viewers, we can
You can
give
do
out the
that.
password. The password is 1921. So it's
1921. Okay.
one
1921.
one.
Okay.
Yes, and that was the year that one of my the older aunt was born.
Mm.
And actually, this upcoming Wednesday, we're going to be previewing the film here in my hometown for the first time
Oh, okay.
at 6 p.m. at the Citadel. So if anybody local is interested in coming and seeing it live, then we're gonna have a little bit of a discussion of the film.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, I think it'll be interesting.
And you from home, okay, what is so special about this movie? First of all, I really suggest go out, you have the password, you have the link in the description below. After this streaming, go out, have a look at just 15 minutes. And what helped me is really understanding how, not how is life in Bethlehem today, but more which are the feelings of the people living there. So is
Yeah.
is the perspective, and how do you feel in being within these walls and having part of your belongings that once belonged to you, to your family in the past, and now no more. So go out and check it out. And why is it important actually that film? Because not only because of course of the history and the movie itself, but also because that movie gave me the idea of how Nadir could become part of the Nannuoshan family. But before proceeding, I would say we could maybe do another tea game.
Mhm.
What do you guys think? Do you want to have another tea game? I hope the second one won't
Make
be
it
as
hard
easy.
this time.
Let's see if people want to have another tea game. And yeah, we can share that. And now that you say, Nadir, you are asking me what will I do today. I had yesterday another idea for a video to do for my Nannuoshan, and I might do the recording outside actually. So I'm kind of have this idea. Let's see if I after that streaming I really want to, but we'll find out. Okay, it seems they want to have another tea game, so we are ready for another tea game. These I will show you a tea. Okay, let me switch and show you the tea. The tea is this one here, and this tea. What we want to know, we don't want to know the name of the tea. We want to know where it comes from. Okay, and we don't want to know New Zealand, Japan, China. We want to know the name of the place really where it comes from. I cannot provide you more details about that. Um, I will say it's tricky, but if you do the right association, it's not.
Hmm.
And let's see if I have chosen again another tea that is too easy. So, um, how can I do? Let's see if I can do something live here. Actually, I don't know if this works. I might mess up things now, but let's give it a try. Ta-da! So that's T. Kind of changing things live. Actually, the first time I do this, let me know if it's it's kind of weird. But I hope that now the T is in the center of the screen between Nadir and myself. Please confirm. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's a little bit difficult since I don't see the
Nadir,
chats.
Nadir, they already got it right.
Seriously?
Yeah, and
Who got it right?
well, as expected, I would say. And and I think she knows she got it right. So it's Agatha that got it right. Surprise, surprise. And so
Congratulations,
Agatha
Agatha.
is, I would say, the best tea guesser ever. She's always ranking first whenever we do our streaming. Agatha, when will you join a Discord streaming with us?
Hmm. Wait, did we
You
just...
have joined the server, but we haven't seen you. We want to see you there. So yeah, Agatha got it right. She knows very well our email because she won tons of voucher already. So, so let me know how did for those that maybe are a little bit unsure, how did Agatha guessed this team? And she guessed this team. And Agatha, correct me if I'm wrong, but basically this tea that I put here now in the center, you see, what you can tell is that is a tea that is made of small bricks. So some of you wrote that it comes from Yunnan, Linzang, Yunnan, because you saw that it was a pressed tea and you thought, okay, pressed might be from Yunnan, but this is actually a black tea, is a black tea. And now if you look at the size of those pressed bricks, you might know that there is another tea, which is Jumping Shuixian, that is more famous than this one and is a green tea that looks very much like that, but is green. It's greenish. It's not dark. And this is actually a tea that is done by exactly the same factory, and they have processed it in yeah, they have packed those in small bricks in the same way, but they have processed a black tea. And that black tea is on stock at Nannuoshan, is not yet online, will be online in the coming months. And so you didn't have the opportunities to check it there, although there might be some other vendors that offer it already. My fame seems bigger than myself, I guess. That's what Agatha says. Yeah, I guess so. Let's see which we have a few comments here. So yeah, many people tried with Guangdong, with Fengqing. Fengqing actually, Gabriel, is a good guess, right? Because you would say Fengqing is, the place in Yunnan most famous for black tea, is where everything started. And you would say that's a compressed black tea, might come from Fengqing. Although personally, I haven't seen pressed black tea from Fengqing that I remember, but yeah, could well be. All right. Hey, I'm a bit disappointed, Nadir. I have to do harder games here. I will
You need
check
to
with the
level up
last
the
one. I
game.
think I think the last one is a bit more difficult. But yeah, I shouldn't say that because I thought also this one is difficult and they guess it at the second try. No. Does it have something in common with jumping sushi taste-wise? I don't think so. That's my opinion. You might find something similar, but although the basic material is the same, the processing is so much different that to me it takes quite a different tasting notes. Yeah. But that's an interesting question, Agatha, and maybe we should do a comparison side by side to really, because sometimes you drink a tea now, you drink another tea tomorrow, and it's difficult to see the similarities. But when you have this one-to-one comparison, it's kind of easier. So I'll give it a try.
So how's your tea?
My tea is good, and I have tipped it already quite a few times, so I kind of feel almost we could change. How it is yours going?
Mine is good. I mean, I had quite a few steeps. Still going. I have a little bit in my picture. The aftertaste of this tea is a little bit unique.
Yeah, because of this gin flower, right?
Yeah.
That's right. And it's funny because I remember that Gabriel Breuer, that I see his name here, already dialed into a few other live streaming before, but I had no clue who it was until actually yesterday we had this video chat all together. But I will tell you more, guys, about the video chat very soon. So Nadir, we said you wanted to work in the tea house, you were a filmmaker, and when I realized that, I told you, you know what, I might have an idea how you can actually contribute. And so to make a story short, Nadir now, and he has been doing that for already the whole summer, is our video editor. So you have to know that whenever we record a video for Nannuoshan, it can be me, can be Sigi, can be Elsa. Until just some months ago, it was me collecting all the audio and video tracks, putting everything together, and having all this animation and the text showing up and so on. That you might think is not so much work. But as a matter of fact, it takes for every video, I would say between 3 and 4 hours. Yeah, to me. I don't know, Nadir, how long does it take to you?
Well, it depends on the video and the length of the video. But yes, 3 to 5 hours is a fair place to put it. And this is something that I've never expected to be doing, actually, to be a part of a team online in this way. Like, it never crossed my mind, or to at least suggest, because I never knew what was going on, like behind the scenes of Nannuoshan. And now having that position, I think it's quite unique. It's something that I enjoy very much. And to me, it's like, going through the videos, you see a little bit at the beginning, a little bit at the end, and I can combine, like, in my brain, like what was going on. So I really like that aspect. And to me, what's the more interesting part than the videos is actually the thumbnails.
Oh yes,
And
right.
watching
Because
the
Nadir
video,
Nadir does also the thumbnail. That's also to say, including the last super funny one. I think, my opinion, that were made by Sig and myself. But for me, it was a great relief, honestly, because I tell you, post processing those video is a pain in the butt. So it's like you doing the video itself. I like it. Preparing it, I like it. But the first year at NannuoShan YouTube channel, we posted every week 2 videos. And now you can imagine preparing the script, setting everything ready, recording, disassembly everything, do the post processing. Every video was about 10 hours in total. So I spent 20 hours a week just for recording and post processing. And now it's much easier because I have just to record. I send over to Palestine all the recordings, and then I get back a clip. So, and
yeah,
these, sorry, Nadir, you were saying?
yeah, I wanted to say is that people don't realize how much preparation and time it takes to produce a video, and keeping that content fresh and coming up with new ideas each week. It's so hectic,
Mm.
but people just watch the video and think this is it,
Yeah, yeah,
but they
that's true. That's
actually don't
true.
know what goes behind.
Yeah, yeah, and you see a lot of that about what's going behind. So for me, it was a great relief, and the way that Nadir is working, and this is a way that is not only Nadir working in this way, but we have several. I mean, it's working is a big word, actually. It's working in the sense that uh, you do an effort to achieve a goal, yeah, to do something.
Mhm.
But as a matter of fact, actually Nadir is paid with TNT work. So how that works, and he's not the only one. How that works is simply we have agreed on let's say a credit that or a value for each video depending on the complexity and each thumbnail. And every time Nadir does a recording, he simply write down how much it was, and then he send it to me. I put it in his account, and there is a certain credit, and he can use that credit to buy tea at NannuoShan, of course at a discounted rate. So that's how it is. Mm,
Yeah,
people
and to
were
me, like, I
wondering.
don't consider this as a job. It's like to me, it's so much entertaining. Anyways, I'm going to be watching the video online. So to me, and I have lots of time on my hands. So I really enjoy the work, and I don't think of it like in aspects of money or in aspects
Yeah,
of
yeah, yeah.
this is work as I'm forced to sit down and do this thing.
And
So I think,
Nadir, I'm
this is
curious
quite a,
because and the question is also to you, no, to you as one as to anyone else, right? How many people do you guys think belongs to the NannuoShan family? With NannuoShan family, I mean everyone that contributes to the output of NannuoShan on a regular basis. People that every week do some work, and they have been doing that for months and months. Nadir is the last one that joined, actually. So, well, not yeah, kind of. When Nadir started, we had also other NannuoShan family members starting in the same time. But
Mhm.
throw out a number. How many people? What do you think? How many person belongs to the NannuoShan family?
Like, I know quite few. Like, I haven't met them in person, but I know quite few names.
Yeah, try to count
Mm.
them. Yeah. Some of them don't want to reveal their identity, so we don't want to disclose them today. Up to them. But so I'm not going to saying the names, but how many people we coordinate the work with, and then I can tell you if you guys are curious a little bit what everyone does, so that you have an idea of how we are structured.
If I were to guess, I would say between 10 to 12 people.
Hmm. I have to count.
That's,
Actually,
yeah.
let me count. You have to count again. Sorry, it's a
Okay.
bit
Take
silent,
your
but
time. Don't forget the people in the US as well.
people in the US. Oh, right, you're right. I forgot indeed. I lost my count. I do like that. I have to write the names on a piece of paper here. Yeah. So, what is everyone drinking from home? Can you guys let us know? And Nadir, shall we switch tea?
Yeah, definitely. Just finish up this one. What are you thinking of having? What would you like to switch to?
Well, we can stay with Hecha. It's fine for me. So let me see. Ah, yes. So one.
What do you think? Maybe we switch to Tianyan?
Yeah, we have received that both the one from Eric, right? So we could go for that one.
Yes.
All right. Let me go grab it. Sorry. Hmm. Here we are. So we people guessed here. Oh, I could have done a T game actually for this question, but I did not. So sorry for the one that got it right. No voucher. I should have said it before. So moreover, Bitcoins, here come T coins. Exactly, you get T coins. That's a good way of saying it. We give T coins, but not everyone. You know, we have really people that work for money because you know that's just part of their living, and they do a contribution and they get money for it. And we have people that work for tea. We have people like myself that work for nothing, but it's you know it's that's what is a hobby for. And the right number is 11. So actually, Jon got it right. Someone wrote 50. Dan wrote 50. Then I'm really happy we're not 50 because imagine coordinating the work of 50 person. That would be like dramatic for me. But oh, we have also Kelu from Chile joining. Wow, I'm so happy that today we have such a wide community here. From so many different places. No, Agatha is drinking plain water. And so yeah, it's 11. And to let you know a little bit what everyone does, so the way we are organized and so, we have, well, myself, you know, and we have Elsa that at the moment she doesn't have much time for doing the video because she's busy with work. But Elsa, she does a video, as you know. And by the way, actually, no, we are, I forgot one. We are 12. And she also help us with all the sources of the Japanese tea. So that's Elsa. Then we have Matthias. Matthias is more at the moment a legal consultant. You know, Matthias is a lawyer, so it's always good to have a lawyer in your team. And so Matthias, and as soon as I go back to Switzerland, we will be doing again video together. And then we have Nadir, that of course you know. We have the Brian as the manager of the Nannuoshan shop, and then we have a series of person. We have a web designer. We have a 3-person working in the warehouse and in the studio to do all the packaging of the tea and shipping the orders and so on. Then we have one person also in Berlin that does only accounting. once a month, helps me with all the accounting, which in Germany is a nightmare when you have to do all that. And yeah, and
Sigi?
then we have Sigi doing the other videos, like he was doing actually just today. So yeah, that's the current tea community at Nannuoshan. And speaking about tea community, I mean, how many of you have? We had the discussion already before. How many of you have tea friends to enjoy tea together? Next to you, like for me in Switzerland, I was kind of lucky. I was able to find some friends. In Denver was okay also there. I was able to find a few tea friends. In Alabama, no way. So how is the situation for you? Do you have tea friends? It really depends. Do you really want tea friends? Some of you might just drink tea because of health benefits. Some other just for themselves. But at least as for me, tea has always been a reason for tea for me is for sharing. I like to drink tea with people. I like to be with people when I drink tea. And I had this aspect at the very beginning of my tea journey where it was kind of hard to find the good people. And Nadir, you have done that as well. Since in Palestine you also don't have a lot of friends, you go online, right?
Yes, I do. And like what I discovered with drinking tea with like, by myself or at the office is that people are always curious to figure out what has been going on and what is it that you're doing on. So it always creates this kind of conversation. But yeah, usually I don't, feel that people are attracted to tea or
Mm-hmm.
would like to sit down and actually have tea. So I resulted to going online and drinking online with finding friends online, and we can share. We have so much in common where we share lots of subjects about tea, and we cover, so many different aspects of tea.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and always it's an opportunity to learn something new. Like for example, yesterday when we were talking about pesticides and how you were talking about the leaves being, being drunk rather than being ingested. And that to me is a turning point because I never thought of tea that way.
Mm-hmm.
So it's always, learning and evolving and, creating up conversations and things that you don't normally think of.
Yeah, exactly. And that's exactly the point, searching
Hmm.
for an exchange. And I did it, from the very beginning, even before Nannuoshan was there, like searching tea communities online, tea chats, tea forum, blogs, and so on, where I could interact with people. But there were some aspects of all that I didn't like. I don't want to go now into much details. We don't have a tons of time, and I will do anyway a video about that so that you guys at least know what I think. But then when you start as a vendor, it's even harder because as a vendor, you have always this label, vendor, yeah, like be aware vendor. Yeah, it's and people are all super scared. They don't want to interact very much with vendor, and I'm there, and I just want to, have different to speak about. And you have this kind of feeling that people look at you in they are scared, they have to pay attention. And sometimes I ask myself, or I would like to say, guys, without us you would have nothing to talk about, right? Without the vendors in the Western world, yeah, and without any Western people in China sourcing tea for you and maybe from China selling tea to you, you would have nothing to talk about. And so this kind of pissed me off, and that's why I tried over and over again. At a certain point, I told myself, you know what? I do my own tea community, and we do our own tea community, and we have a very open one. People can speak about whatever they want. Please don't speak about only Nannuoshan tea, or it's open. It's open for other vendors to join, and that's what we've started. And I've started that actually because of Nadir, that helped me and pointed out some platform that we could use. So we just started a short time ago. For the time being, the community is about 60 tea lovers. And there is Sigi in there is Nadir, there is myself, and also a few of the person that are watching right now, they are there. And you guys, if you want, you can join as well. So it's a close community. It's not that everyone can just drop in and join, but basically what is on Discord is based on Discord, and I will tell you in a moment how you can join our community. But maybe Nadir, you are even more experienced than myself with Discord server. Would you like to explain how that all works and what is possible to do there?
Yeah, so basically Discord is a server. It's like an application. Either you can download it on your computer or you can use it on the web browser if you don't want that, or you can download the application on your phone. And within this platform, you have your own servers. Basically, you can create as many topics as you can and as many open discussions about tea. So you can be very, very specific or very, very general. And it's basically a platform where people can speak about tea, share their knowledge, ask questions if they're starting out, recommend some teas. You can have, chats, video calls. Usually in the Nannuoshan community, we're trying to arrange a call once or twice, maybe, I don't know, twice a month, maybe. I'm not sure.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Around that time, where everybody would join in at a certain time and they can, throw questions, get to know each other.
And
And,
drink tea
it's a
together.
very, yeah. And, you don't have also to be within that within that community. You can do it by yourself, or if you have a friend, you can organize, having that chat online privately, or you can ask questions. And, you get answers from like the most professional people that are out there. So this is like an extra plus and it doesn't require subscription, so you don't have to pay any money for it.
Yeah, it's all
If you
free.
have time, you can join in.
And
Yeah, so it's
really, yeah, but yeah, basically, Nadir, you have this chat, right? You have the chat and you have the calls. And in the calls, you can, there are different ways to join in the calls. Maybe not everyone want to turn on the camera. As you know, I have no problem with that. I'm in front of the screen every week. But I know that some of you are a little bit, not feel very comfortable in front of the camera. That doesn't matter. You can join those calls just with audio. And even if you don't want even to let everyone else hearing your voice, you can just join the calls, see other people, and you can just join in the chat. We had that as well. So it's very flexible. And sometimes what you can also do, you come back from home, you are at home, you would like to drink a tea with someone, you can just drop a message and say, is anyone up for drinking a tea? And then you would just, maybe someone is there online and they join you and you just have some tea with someone. This is something I already did actually on Discord. And I created an invitation link for those that are watching. It is in the description below. So if you go in the description below and you click on that link, I hope it works and you should be able just to join the server. There are apps for mobile and for the computer, and I think it's also browser based if you want. And if the link doesn't work, just send us an email at info@nannuoshan.org and we will send you another invite. And also, if you know other tea friends of you that have the same attitude towards tea, friendly, they don't want just, to, just, we want to create a friendly place. We don't want to have overly criticizing things or, thinking you are right and everyone is wrong. So it's, if you have other people that would like to join, just let us know and we will send you an invite also for them. Nadir, how is your tea compared to the other one? How would you describe it?
well, to me, this one is a little bit more smoky in a way. I feel like there is a certain, to be honest, like at the first sip, it reminded me of alcohol somehow.
It's much stronger, isn't it? It is smokiness is also something I noticed. I noticed it as a second taste. The
Like
first thing,
like dried prunes, maybe.
yeah, is a bit more mature taste. It's also a tiny bit more stronger and aggressive. Like in a way, it's a bit tart or acid in the
Yeah,
taste. So it's definitely a tea that give you more of a kick. Yeah.
yeah.
I,
Like I can feel also like the heat in my body is rising up
yeah,
as I
yeah.
drank that tea.
So the
Yeah,
Jin
so it's
Huang
quite strong.
before was more aromatic and softer, and this one is has this additional strength, right?
Yeah, this more is more intense.
Even when steeped very shortly. But guys, we wanted to do with for you another tea game. So for those that joined just recently, we have been doing tea games. First one was won by Forgotten Brew, the second by Agatha, and now we're going for the third game. So I'm going to show you a tea. I'm going to show you a tea. Surprise, surprise. And actually, I hope I didn't did that game before. Now that I'm thinking, but I'll show you a tea, and we want to know again, once again, from which mountain the tea comes from. As simple as that.
Hopefully this one is harder
Hopefully this one is
for people
hard.
to
So that's the
guess.
tea and disappeared. I show it just for just for one frame. Where does that tea come from? I think I start like that now. So I don't want to show it too much, otherwise people. So I show it again. Wait. So let's see
Good strategy.
if people can tell me where that tea come from. Yeah, and again, don't tell me it come from Asia or from China. I want to know the name of the mountain. Just go ahead, try it out. Mm, I would say to me, there are some indication on the cake, yeah, and it's not the label. It's just on the leaves, looking at the leaves, that would point me in a certain direction. But I hope it's not an easy one. So Agatha, don't disappoint me. Don't guess it right within the next 2 seconds, okay? And think about it. Don't throw out name just randomly. And here it is, and here it goes.
This is a fun game.
Tuck, tuck. Here we go. Let's see how it comes. Guy drinks tea. I didn't see the image. Too bad. Too bad. It's gone. Okay, I'll do it again. I'll do it again. Just for Sigi. Here it is. And here it goes. It's not part of the game, but if you want, you can also guess the year. Just, just for you. So we had a few try out here, and yeah, let's continue and let's see. This one is more difficult. I see that Agatha is not even trying to guess, so it's more difficult.
Maybe she knows it and she doesn't want to say.
Forgotten Brew and Gabriele have also a good back. I mean, the other Gabriele. It's funny. In this call, we have three Gabriele. We have Gabriele, myself, male. We have Gabriele, same name, female from Munich, and we have Gabriel, or the Gabriel, from Munich as well, man. So it's just didn't know the Gabriel was so popular. Oh, Guy Drinks Tea recognizes that Neifei. The Neifei is, for those that are not familiar with that, I will share it again. Where was that? The Neifei is, well, you don't see my mouse, I guess, but is that sticker that you have within the leaves that you see there. And with these, you are going to see it a bit longer. And I will... I might need to help them a little bit, Nadir. What do you think?
Maybe just a tiny hint.
Okay, so continue. No one even guessed the year so far. Continue with that. Dan said 2018. 2018 would be much greener than that. So I will give you a further help. Sigi, look at the screen. Don't be distracted. So that's the cake, and I give you a tiny hint. Are you ready? That's the hint, and there it goes. So it's kind of funny, but probably it's just me having fun here. So if anyone watching speaks Chinese, they know it already. So basically, Nadir, I don't know, you don't see that, but what I did, I showed the cake, and then I just briefly showed the name of the mountain, but in
Oh,
Chinese.
yeah, I think it's a little bit difficult that way. Not many
Hmm,
people speak Chinese.
You never know.
I think,
Never know.
I think Chinese is the first
Well,
hardest language. I mean,
at least you can. Oh, it's not the hardest, trust me. I mean, for me, Russian was much harder, but they could already at least recognize it. I think one of the three characters and also the number of them. That should help
mhm.
a little bit. Like for example, it cannot be EU because it was three signs. Sig is totally into it. Now he wants to do some research. So try to guess at least the year. Let's put it this way. Have a look. Here we go. Look at the color. Look at the number of buds. Which color do you see in here? What would you say? That's a
You're
good
giving
question
out too
actually. Which
much.
colors do you see in this cake? Let me know. What do you think?
Sigi, you can do it.
So, um, we have a winner. We have a winner, and I'm very glad actually because it's a winner from North America and from Toronto. Nannuo Mountain. It's a Nannuoshan cake. That's right. So let me show it again to you. Tak, tak. So that's Nannuoshan. And you have here the cake. It is a cake from, is a gushu from pretty much up high on Nannuoshan. And why I'm saying that it's very hard to guess, and I'm happy that it was hard this time. But basically, um, it's already 15 years old. It's from 2006, so it's not so recent. You have that brown color, but you have also a lot of golden color in it. And personally,
Mm.
that amount of golden in a 15 years old cake, I have experienced that only from leaves coming from that particular place in on Nannuoshan Mountain. So that yeah, that was the game. So then you won a $10 voucher. Send me an email, info@nannuoshan.org, and together with Forgotten Brew, with Agatha, and I will send you the code for the voucher. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's the
Congratulations,
Bama.
guys.
Yeah, so it's a cake that is not yet online. We have just very, very few cakes, and guys, I'm sorry, but will be really expensive, and is unfortunately a very expensive cake. I've showed that to you in the past, and actually I have the cake here. I can show that if you give me a second, and it is a Bama cake. Just wait a second. So that's the cake, one of my favorite pour overall. And let me see. So you see that they also put a lot of orange on the paper on the wrap, and I think it's because of the
Mhm.
color of the leaves that inspired them. And yeah, I'm really glad that Dan won today's last tea game. I see that there are some connectivity issues a tiny bit. Let me know if you have some problems, or the bit rate is a little bit low. I think people are waking up in the US. And that's the cake. Kind of tricky, but I'll try to put it on the camera and see if you guys can see that. So it's you see all that golden, so much golden, is not that common.
I must say, this is very interesting cake.
I like it because, Nadir, the taste of the cake reminds me to the color. Like it tastes like this golden orange. I don't know if you ever do association between taste and appearance. Sometimes, I don't know. Sometimes I do. It's nothing that have to do, of course, with each other, but sometimes I associate a certain image or a certain color with with the taste. And in this case, for me, the cake tastes as it looks. Let me see what we have. Oh, I remember the tea. It was part of the private collection. Yes, it was. It was part of the private collection. And now I'm thinking actually, when I go back, it's just 1 month. It's actually today is 1 month. In 1 month from today, I will have my last flight back to Europe. I will move back. Maybe I will put towards that cake when it comes out. Yeah. Yeah, it will be, will be very expensive. And actually, I think for this particular cake, we don't even have it on the Nannuoshan US store because it's just, I think we have only 2 or 3 cakes. So for that reason, we didn't send the cake over also to the US, but I'm not 100% sure. It's I remember who produced that. I don't remember right now the name of the factory, but is a factory directly on the Nannuo mountain. And the lady that works for the factory, the one that founded that factory, she's actually specialized in shoe puer. And she learned shoe puer making at the dye factory, and then she went out from there and founded her own. But being so close to those ancient tea trees, she's also producing sheng, and that comes from that factory. So Sigi, I cannot now open my Excel file and check exactly the name of the factory, but I can give you that information. And actually, whenever I go back, we will have the opportunity of drinking this together as well. That's for sure.
Maybe it
Yeah.
could be a good opportunity for a video.
Yeah, we should do. When I come to Palestine, we do a video together, and I really look forward to be again on that side of the world, and starting traveling and hopefully going more to Munich, maybe to Cologne, so I can meet also Forgotten Brew. Yeah, let's hope. All right. I think that's Nadir. That's all we had to share today. I hope you have enjoyed this little story about Nadir and how he joined the Nannuoshan team. And thank you, Nadir, actually for joining the Nannuoshan family.
No, it's a pleasure. Thank you for having me. And thanks to everyone who's watching,
Yeah.
because this has been really an interesting evening. And thank you for having that special day with me, since it's your birthday. So happy
Oh, right.
birthday.
Yeah, no, that's for sure. And if you're not yet on our Discord server, just go out, check in the description below the link, join us, and send to us a message. You will see we are all there. You will see my name. You will see Nadir. Send us a message, and maybe we can have some more tea later. All right. Thank you, Nadir,
Awesome.
and I'll speak to you in a second. And I'm going now to terminate the stream. Bye,
Bye,
guys, and
guys.
bye, Nadir.
Bye bye.